all. So that's not just for college-age people. Anybody can buy those tickets today.
Yeah, amazing stuff that's happening with our college ministry that we're so excited about. We're also really excited about what's going on in Grundy County, too. Just a few weeks ago, we were able to dedicate our new property that we are very soon going to be building a brand new facility that we can worship at in Grundy Center. And if you want to find out a little bit more about what's going on in Grundy County, you probably noticed the tables when you came in through the atrium, all set up, all nicely decorated. One of those tables is for Grundy County. And they've got some diagrams of the building, some more information there, some folks there that can answer your questions. So please feel free to stop there. There's also a table there for our Waverly ministry too. And you might have some questions about that. You notice some orange shirts around here. These are some of our Waverly folks from that team that's been working really hard for quite some time now.
Graduate class of 2015, congratulations on making it to this point, and best of luck on whatever your next marathon is. As you have already done to attain your degrees, don't ever give up and don't ever quit. Godspeed and farewell. Thank you for your time.
On the limb, Michael, and I'll take care of this one. And don't the rest of you get any ideas? Thanks, Michael. Thank you so much for taking the time and commitment, preparing a great message for all the fellow graduates, for all our friends and families, and for everybody else here. Good evening. Good evening, graduates, faculty, administrators, regents, family, friends, and guests. I'm Bill Rood and have the pleasure of being the 10th president of this great university.
Of 17. He has been deployed 4 times in support of multiple U.S. operations, including Operation Noble Eagle, Operation Enduring Freedom, and the air defense of the Arabian Gulf. In 2001, Michael graduated from the University of Wisconsin Stout with a Bachelor's of Science degree. He started the MBA program here at UNI in 2010, and he's now finishing his degree after being deployed overseas in the middle of trying to get it done in 2013. Michael worked for 11 years at Nestle in Waverly, Iowa as a packaging engineer and later as a project engineer. Recently, Michael has accepted a full-time position to become commander of the 128th Air Control Squadron located in Camp Douglas, Wisconsin, the same unit he enlisted with out of high school. Michael is married and has 2 young boys. He enjoys running and has been on the all-guard marathon team for the last 10 years, finishing in the top 2% of finishers at the 2010 Boston Marathon. Thank you, Michael, for your continued service to our country. Please help me welcome Lieutenant Colonel Michael Western as our student speaker tonight.
Thank you for the introduction, Dr. Chatham Carpenter, President Rood, and members of the Platform Party. Thanks to the faculty for allowing me this opportunity to speak. On behalf of all the graduates, I'd like to extend thanks to all family, friends, spouses, and employers that have sacrificed to make this day possible. Last but not least, a very important family member and friend is here today for me, my very patient wife, Catherine. Thank you for your support you have given throughout, whether it was MBA coursework, Nestle work conflicts, or military duty. You have endured. This trek to attain this master's degree has been your journey every bit as it has been mine. Thank you. The last speech I gave in front of a crowd this big was my junior year in high school. I was running for student council treasurer, and the goal was to utilize filibuster tactics to delay going back to class. My speech that day ran 58 minutes. So rest assured, since none of you have class to miss anymore, I will be closer to 5 minutes. Before I start, I would just like to recognize the UNI parking lot enforcement team for ticketing me every time I parked in the wrong spot or my meter ran out. So, you got, all right. I'm glad there's others that can relate. This ticket, which is hopefully my last, I received 2 days ago while on campus finalizing this very speech. There's little room for error at UNI when it comes to parking, and the punishment is very swift. I am paid up, though. So, my story is about persistence and not giving up. To date, I ran around 15 marathons, most notably, as was mentioned, a top 2% finish in the 2010 Boston Marathon. So I've been able to practice persevering many times. The fortitude required to attain this master's degree has reminded me many times of what it takes to run a marathon. Through military training, Nestle, masters, and marathons, I've found that if there's no pain, there's no gain, and if it was easy, everyone would do it. Anything that is worth anything takes effort and determination. Also, the more effort put forth and the more obstacles you have to overcome, the more rewarding it is when you hit the finish line. My MBA desire started way back in 2001 after I completed a Bachelor of Science degree in packaging from the University of Wisconsin-Stout. When 9/11 occurred, my plans of future education were derailed. As a guardsman, I was called up and served until 2004 in the active duty Air Force. After 3 years of not yet using my technical degree, I had to knock off the dust and use it before the shelf life expired on it. This landed me with Nestle USA as a packaging engineer in the small town of Waverly, Iowa. In 2005, after a year at Nestle, I decided to restart the process towards an MBA. I've never been a great test taker, but still decided to take the GMAT with no preparation. The approach gave credence to the saying, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I did not receive an acceptable GMAT score, and from there, life events took over. Between getting married, knocking out MBA prerequisites, deploying again for the military in 2009, all while balancing a demanding Nestle job, it was 2010 before I was able to dedicate time again towards an MBA. After a couple months of studying for the GMAT, I was able to acquire an acceptable GMAT score on my second try. Finally, in August of 2010, I was admitted into the MBA program at UNI. Looking back, it was awesome to finally receive that letter after so many years of wanting to get into the program. However, it turns out that that was only the half marathon marker. Because of a job change at Nestle to a project engineer position, another year-long military deployment in 2013, and 2 baby boys born in 2012 and 2013, spare time continued not to exist. And I had it easy compared to my wife, Catherine, as she gave birth to our second son while I was deployed. Keep in mind that this was on top of having a 1-year-old already.